Welcome back to Off the Rail. Day 3 is nearly over. There's a few matches going on over our shoulders, so Emily, don't get giddy and don't start screaming. 256 players started. In about an hour, maybe less than an hour, we're going to have 64 players left. How's it been going for the boss?
It's just like a whirlwind. You just had to tear me away from this David Al-Kaidi match. I mean, there's so much emotion that is happening in this game, and I believe it's now 8-7 that he's down. So obviously something has just happened. I don't know. I'm sorry.
8-8.
It's 8-8. Oh my gosh.
So
okay.
if we do keep looking back over there, it's
I'm
because
really sorry.
we're intrigued on that match. Emily, I've not seen you much this week. Obviously, we're up on the top deck. You're down there watching a lot, aren't you?
Oh, yes. And I told you.
You love it, don't you?
Do you know what? I just bloody love pool so much. When I first, I just didn't really... I said it the other day, I've just fallen in love with it and fallen in love with the European Open. And I think that's what everyone does with these events. And I made a point of it at the UK Open, watching those back tables, watching what's happening. I've been watching the stream, watching how the breaks have been, watching how the games have been going, but also it's key to have that on the back tables and to make all of these 256 players who get down to the 64, you want to see their story coming through to these 64. So we've already got an editor on site who's building what's happened these last couple of days to come into this last 16 on Saturday to show what has happened so far. People tuning in on Saturday will see the start of the last 16, but they won't really know actually what's happened. You know, any casual sports fans.
You'll just think, oh, we've got a pool tournament, 16 players.
It is not that at all.
It's not been that.
No, we need to show this. And the break has been a great talking point here, and it was Tony Drago's, and like Tony Drago, such a respected individual in this sport, as well as like Niels Feijen. Both have pulled me aside today and said, Emily, I'm telling you now, do not change this break. This is perfect. This is what we want. And Tony said, I'm even at a disadvantage. This break does not favour me as a player, but it is. He said he's got people messaging him after his matches saying, finally, 9-ball is professional. It looks professional. It's not like an easy game. It's tough. It's for the pros. Oh my God, I'm like, yes, this is what we want.
Right, well, I've commentated on probably 12 matches.
What do you think?
Well,
Tell me what you think.
I've commentated on 12 matches, and I bet out of them 12 matches, I bet I've not seen over 15 road maps. Road map is what we call where Emily had cleared the table. I bet I've not seen 15 road maps. There's always been something that a player has had to do, and
they're working for it.
They're working for it. They've got to do something, even if it's just one shot. At least it's just something, because obviously at this level, I've played, so I know, and I know what the players are thinking. When you're just breaking with a one on the spot and it's just so repetitive, it becomes a bit boring. Do you know what I mean? So obviously this is a little bit different, but I do have to say, I've just commentated on Catchy's match, on Catchy. He's the only player I've seen so far on that table who's broke unbelievable. He made the one ball in the side every break. And Shane Van Bonen, who is regarded as the greatest breaker of all time, he's been struggling, so it just shows you that it is not easy. No,
but he is one of the players that supported this change.
100%.
He asked what we were trying to achieve, and he supported that decision change. So, do you know what? I have said it before, you know, the players can moan and, you know, you can say this and that, and we make decisions based on the bigger picture. We take a step back and we make a decision for the greater, you know, in the future, for the bigger picture of the sport. But this was something that we needed the players' opinion, your opinion, Jeremy Jones. We needed everyone's opinion on this and said, hang on a second, how is this going to be better? How is this going to make our sport and 9-ball grow and appeal to a wider audience and become a major professional sport?
You're a promoter. You love stories. Let's just have a word about Mrs. Filler against Mr. Filler.
I said to her, I said, come on, just give me some TV gold, like when you go to lag, like grab a bit of rope and shove it around his neck or something like that and pretend to strangle. No, not like a sausage. But like you're going to strangle him or something. And she was like, no, Emily, like we're not like that. And I was just like, oh, Pia, come on, drop me out, like do something. And I was actually surprised that it was Josh that decided not to shake her hand as like their banter. But it was cool. And, you know, I was sharking him in the audience. I was booing him and they were cheering Pia on. And I just feel like as soon as they saw that draw, it was there was obviously quite a grudge match the match before that, so obviously Phila was very much determined on that.
Yeah, quick word on that match. The crowd over there was electric.
Gosh.
Joshua said, I've seen him in his interview, I think it was with Phil Yates, he said it was like a Mosconi Cup match.
That was brilliant. Everyone was around it, and do you know what? I actually quite like that didn't have like the streaming table, because we got the footage from that match, but you see the back table. And you see that even though you're at a back table and you're not under this table here, it's still tense. So the point is that you don't just have to walk into this one table setup or be in this table. What the players are saying this week is that they walk through those two doors there and they step foot into just an arena. It feels like they're ready to go to war. That's the atmosphere we're creating. I know people are moaning about the music on the stream and all that bullshit.
Some of the tunes are pretty bad.
Some of the tunes are a bit bad, but there's atmosphere here, and the players are like, we're ready. This is great, but I'm feeling relaxed, but I'm feeling motivated. That's what I love, seeing that footage on those back tables, because you see that. It's like, it just incorporates everything into it, and that footage should make our main coverage.
I was visioning, because I was stood on this balcony watching that match, and I was visioning all these little sections that you've made. Imagine if you had a crowd in every section like that, and somebody's friend were winning there, so they was going mental.
Yeah. Then there's a cheer over there.
I just visioned it. I thought, imagine if we could get to that point.
Well, I just think that if you ain't noticed it now, then I don't know what's going on. But you tune into the UK Open, you see the setup. You tune into now the European Open, you see the setup. The US Open is pretty much going to mimic this, but it's on obviously a much bigger platform. This is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be picking up these open events and we're going to be planting them around the world, and we're going to be finding the right places to put them on.
That's a bit of breaking news.
Is that a bit breaking news?
I
think that's pretty much...
That's breaking news.
That's breaking news. No, look, this is what we want. We want there to be fans in here. We're going to try and find areas. I'm not going to say we're going to get it right every time, but does this work for the European Open in here? I'm not too sure. Could it work somewhere else? Could it work in the Netherlands? Could we be doing something over in the Netherlands? I don't know.
I think it's a brilliant venue, this.
It is a very good venue, and it's a nice town. Like, the people are so friendly.
Easy to get to for everybody from all over the world as well.
Yes. However, not enough fans are buying tickets here, so something's not right. So we're going to get our heads together. We don't just look at this and go, yeah, we're coming back next year. We have to think about it. We need to get this arena full. I want everyone up here in the balcony, overlooking, going like that, and going in between the barriers. We can't be doing these events and waiting for 10 years for that to happen. No, we do this next year. Let's get people on these balconies. I don't know how we do it. I'm just saying that's what we want.
Well, just buy tickets. Simple. What's up? Right, let's just have a quick look. Now, David Alcaide, he's still playing that last rack. It is 8-all. Emily's got to go because...
We're going to do the live draw. We're doing the draw. It's not live.
It's not live.
But you can see it on like an Instagram story. So we can't do it until all of these matches are finished. So we'll be clicking the Q score button and you will see the draw for the last 64. All of the winners... players who have come through on the winner's side are already there, drawn, and then we randomly draw the people who have come through on the loser's side. I think I just explained it.
32 winners against the 32 losers.
That's why he's the commentator.
There's about 4 or 5 tables left. Emily's going to go. The draw will be up on all social media platforms shortly. If you don't follow now, follow Matchroom Pool on Facebook, on YouTube, the lot. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. again for the last 64. Don't miss it, please.
Like and subscribe.